Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and yes, I'm finally updating my guide for the Enclave Plasma. It took a while, I wanted to fully test it with all options on human and on ghoul, so here we are, the best options for your favorite gun. And if it's not your favorite gun, maybe it will be. So now, what do you need to know about Enclave Plasma Gun? It is the most unique gun in Fallout 76 and the hardest gun to obtain, at least if you want a good version of it. Any gun, if you just need any, it's not hard to obtain, but if you want a good one, it's hard. Because of its modification dropping in form of mod boxes, I will just give you a quick version here. If you need a full guide how to farm those mod boxes, how to get them over time, I did this guide recently, so I will link it here on the screen, but generally, weapon can be purchased from White Spring service entrance, that Enclave base. You go there, you can purchase a weapon, vendors selling weapons with random modifications on it. And as well, one new way to obtain mod boxes, when you go to Fisherman's Rest to do daily fishing, it can drop Enclave Plasma Gun mod box. It's a very rare drop, as always, so it's not gonna happen most likely anytime soon, but it can. You already know how to modify the gun for the most part and get it, what the gun does and what's the best for it. Let's start with the capacitor. At this moment, I do recommend Prime Capacitor, and that's the only one that you can learn crafting. You learn it from Scorchbeast Queen event, the plant drops in there, and you learn it, and then you can craft it. So that's the only thing that you can really craft. So Prime Capacitor and swapping of the capacitor is easy. The best, possibly best capacitor is calibrated one. You may ask, why am I not using it right now? That's the best VATS related capacitor with 100% critical damage. The reason for that is, at least for the moment of recording this video, quite often VATS criticals fail to correctly register. Therefore, I prefer flat out damage bonus from Prime over calibrated critical related damage bonus. Other capacitors available, and you can see on the right, it always says find. It means find a mod box. It says nothing about plan or learning it because it's not possible. You need to find a mod box. How they look like, I will show you. I do have them in my stash box. I have most of them, but some of the capacitors do not exist. That's just simply as that. I may be missing a couple mod boxes, but generally something that you may want, a pulse capacitor, does not exist, so you will never get a pulse capacitor for Enclave Plasma Gun. About those capacitors, the wave turners with extra fire damage and increased ammo capacity, they sound cool on the paper. I did test them, and unfortunately, whenever I use any with fire damage, my overall DPS drops significantly, so it's not worth it. If you have any of them already on your Enclave Plasma Gun, you may consider keeping it. It's so hard to replace those mods. It's better for most case scenario to just get another Enclave Plasma Gun and craft it with new mods, rather than modifying one you have. Each swap costs you a mod box. Just for testing, it's expensive. The standard capacitor you can always install back, but it's standard. So it's about all mods. You can always go back to standard, but standard is no good. So capacitor, prime or calibrated, those two are the best. About the barrel. Here we do have several options, and 3 of them are very good. One is possible to use, but not so good. So automatic barrel, and you can see there are different varieties. There's true automatic barrel, align, there's stabilized automatic that I do not currently have, but there should be, and it is available in form of the mod boxes. So automatic is generally very good. My gun is quite specific in this case that it is stabilized automatic barrel. As you can see, it's already installed, but you cannot see it as I don't have additional mod box. It just the way the game displays the mods that you cannot learn, and it's already installed, but you do not own a mod box. Why is that? I don't know. It should show that I have it, but it doesn't. So that's what I have. Stabilized automatic. If I would put align, my AP cost will go down a little bit. as well, it's a trade-off with Number Cruncher. If I reduce AP cost, my damage goes down a little bit. Normally, I would say for Automatic, it would be still worth it to reduce the AP cost. I just don't want to do it at this moment, as I'm saving those super rare mod boxes if I will really need them. This moment, I don't need this one less AP cost. Other option, Flamer Barrels. Flamer Barrels are the most powerful in regards of DPS, the highest damage per second. It does increase ammo capacity greatly to 150 as a base. The damage is awesome, the fire rate is awesome. The only problem, it's short range weapon when you put any flamer. If you plan to use flamer without VATS, like I'm doing, it's good to go with any flamer barrel that is higher AP cost. I don't have them in here, but I do have a gun with already flamer barrel that is a high AP cost installed. That's this one. So you can see I have true flamer barrel. That's the reason I want the highest possible AP cost. So prime, true, and short night vision scope. It's the scope that's giving highest possible AP cost. So then with Number Cruncher, my damage are way higher, and I'm using it. Additional benefit of the scope, I can use a perk. You are able to see me using it when farming the Guardian. That gives me extra damage to the weak spot when aiming down the scope. So I'm using this weapon, aiming down the scope, not in VATS, to do maximum damage. Not to see better, as that's close range only. Therefore, scope is not to see better. Scope is there to increase my AP cost and give it synergy with scope-related perks. Going back to barrels, outside of Automatic and Flamer, Automatic is the most universal. Flamer, it's the highest possible DPS. And there is a Sniper barrel with several varieties of Sniper barrel. It can be true, it can be regular, can be aligned Sniper barrel to reduce the AP cost. Generally, the Sniper barrel is the highest AP cost of all the barrels. And as well, the highest damage per shot of all the mods. It makes it incredibly powerful, ammo efficient gun with still very high DPS. The downside is ammo capacity goes down to 9 and fire rate drops significantly, but the range of the weapon goes up and it makes it really good. That Sniper. It's very efficient. I will show you 3 of those best variants in action, as I do own all 3 of them in a moment. Now there is last mod, significant one, Splitter. That turns the weapon into a shotgun, which is valid. I was running it. You can run that on the shotgunner build if you want to, but it is, in my opinion, the weakest from the trio. So I would rank Automatic, Flamer, and Sniper above the Splitter option. It's unfortunate, but it's the weakest. If not counting the default, which is short barrel, which is the worst option, low fire rate, low damage, medium ammo capacity, medium range. So short barrel is like the overall worst, not best, worst, because it's default. Default usually on most guns is worst. So Splitter is better than default. It can be used as a shotgun. Not the best possible for ENCLAVE plasma gun, but not bad either. It will perform really good. About stock, you can have stock, like I don't have any spare stock mod boxes, unfortunately. You can always go back to standard grip, that's the default. So by default, this weapon is a pistol, and you can always redo it, downgrade it to the pistol, which is a grip. At this moment, AP cost is significantly lower if you go for a grip and a pistol. But in the last patch notes, they said something that it shouldn't be like that they took it away and should be the same AP cost for pistol option and rifle option. That's why I didn't switch, because that's the one-way journey. I can switch this one to the grip, and I would prefer on my Automatic lowest possible AP cost. So you can see I'm speccing it for lowest possible AP cost. But as this is for me a one-way journey, I don't want to do with this one. I would rather find another pistol that is already with reflex sight and Automatic barrel, which will probably not happen anytime soon, but I'm not changing this one. I'm not modding this one, as that is one-way journey if you don't have modbox for stock. The reflex sight is the best sight if you want low AP cost. The short night vision scope is the best if you want high AP cost, And other scopes do not really have much use case. They surprisingly, long and medium night vision scope is lower AP cost than short night vision scope. That's why the short night vision scope I do have installed on my Flamer. About legendary effects for those weapons, and before that I will show you my mod boxes if you wonder how they look like. So they have always in name Enclave Plasma Gun. That's the name of the weapon, Enclave Plasma Gun. And then it says what it is. A line automatic, a line flamer, a line sniper, and you need to have those boxes in order to be able to modify your gun. If you don't have them, you need to get the gun that is already modified. I have most of them, not all. I know, not all. There's several. Maybe that's several, a couple that I'm missing. Legendary effects, if you want it. Furious dominates, absolutely for all of them. Furious dominates. So I do recommend Furious. Crit damage if you rely on criticals. Less AP cost, weak point damage for my automatic that I'm using in VATS exclusively. That's the combo I'm running on it. I think it's the best. Faster fire rate would be a really decent option for now, since criticals are not guaranteed to register. So faster fire rate would be my secondary option. I'm not switching at this moment. I do hope Bethesda fixes the issue with criticals and I'll be able to use them properly, and they will work every time. The Flamer variant, this one definitely needs weapon speed, as we are not using it in VATS. As well, Furious, extra intelligence that increases damage with science perks. So a little bit, but always. And then damage to weak point. Again, there's some other option for the 3-star mod. It can be something else than damage to weak point, like conductors you can run on automatic in order to get more action points, more VATS. Or you could run on some of them bullies if you know that something will cripple the target. If you don't know that, then pinpointers is the best. And my last one, so that's a sniper. Again, I do run Furious on it. You can consider something else because it is a sniper not firing as fast. I do usually run it with reverse Furious, but you can run normal as well. Crit damage is perfect on this one as it's firing slow enough to register all those criticals. Intelligence to boost the damage unless you want lower AP cost, but as you can see in here, I did spec it for high AP cost to get more damage per shot. That was my goal. It is medium scope as I ran out of short night vision scopes, so I just have a medium scope on it to increase AP cost a little bit. You can go as well with the same gun and try to lower AP cost using reflex sight, less AP cost on the star number 3, and that's very valid option for this gun too. So both options valid for those guns. Now the performance. I'm currently on the ghoul build, so you were able to probably already check out this build. It's working about the same on human. Now we are starting from the sniper option. There is a Scourge Beast. It would be best on reverse onslaught, but even on normal, you can see the damage is here to one-shot all those Scourge. So I use critical to have guaranteed hit, that's even better. And now, please stop blinding me. I would like everyone to see the damage I'm doing, and when I'm being blinded by sonic attacks, they cannot really. And can you fly closer, please? Thank you very much. So now you can see the damage is there. The damage is absolutely there. Good range on it. Good VATS accuracy. So for a daily driver, it is a solid option. The sniper barrel is indeed a solid option for a daily driver. A little bit change of the scenery. We are switching to the flamer barrel. So the one that I'm using if I don't want to aim. You can see, if I don't want to VATS. So you can see the damage is absolutely great. I don't normally aim down scope, but if I want to, that's how it looks like. It's only makes sense if you plan to use perks to increase its damage and you go after bosses with it. For regular enemies, as you may tell, just burning them with this flamer works perfectly fine as you run and hip fire at them. You don't need to do much to absolutely annihilate those super mutants. They do die in incredibly fast. The only problem, it's the distance. Look, how close do I need to be? That's the edge of the distance. That's the edge of the distance for this super mutant. And lastly, the automatic variety. It's the most satisfying. And if you didn't figure it out yet, all options for Enclave Plasma are allowed, so not really compatible with sneaking. You can get away with occasional sneak attacks if you far enough, but it's not really compatible with sneaking. The damage though, you can see how well this automatic is working. The most balanced one, in my opinion, automatic for like a daily driving. The ammo capacity is medium, which is 30. Better than a sniper, worse than a flamer. The damage is less than a sniper, a little bit less than a flamer, but you do have advantage of the range, so you don't need to be close to your enemies. And it's still fast enough. Like, the kills are by no means lacking at all. They go very fast. It's like 3 bullets. Not sure. Let's see. One. Oh, it was actually one. This legendary, like 3 shots, and it's down. I will grab that. Thank you very much. For most part, ammo that they are dropping, it's way more than I'm investing into the combat. So it's ammo positive weapon. Usually 2 bullets. I think if I stop firing fast enough, that's like 2 bullets, and they do drop back in packs of 8 and 16s. So way more they do drop back than I'm using. Enclave Plasma Gun is absolutely brilliant this season. Season 21, after it received the buff, all those 3 options perform great. Number 1 DPS, it exceeds the damage that Gatling Plasma can put out. Although, the distance is not the same, as you need to use the Flamer for maximum DPS. The automatic variant will have higher damage per shot than the Gatling Plasma, but you will need to reload it significantly more often, putting DPS in line with Gatling Plasma. More damage per shot, but more reloads. Gatling Plasma, less damage per shot, but less reloads. It's a wash. And that being said, this is everything you need to know about Enclave Plasma Gun. Thank you a lot for watching, and see you all in the next one.